Hi everyone and welcome to ICSA 2021. My name is Leonard and I will be your host for this session. Joining me today here in Singapore is Chef Shigeru of Esora restaurant.
Hello.
So before we go any further, we just want to say a very big hello to all our Taiwanese friends over in Taiwan. So Tracy, over to you.
Yes， 欢迎大家呢能够来到我们2021亚洲主厨高峰会台北的会场。那现在在我的左边呢是我们的 Chef Ryogo， 那我们邀请他来跟大家打个招呼。Hi Chef。
Hi, this is Chef Tahara from logy Taiwan.
OK， 那我们现在把这个主场交回给新加坡，我们来认识一点我们新加坡的主厨。
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, well, personally, I have to tell you that Esora is one of my favorite restaurants in Singapore. So, Chef Shigeru, I think you've been at Esora for about 3 years, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of, for those people that have never been to Esora, what kind of cuisine do you do at Esora?
Actually, the Esora is couple style modern Japanese cuisine, but I use a lot of them, of course, French technique, Chinese technique, or basically the Japanese technique.
Okay.
So, but most important thing is we are focusing on expressing the season.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's always tied back to the season in Japan.
Yes, yes.
So maybe for example, now we are in winter season. You can talk maybe about some of the dishes that you're doing in the winter menu?
Yes.
Currently you're serving in Esora?
Yeah, for example, now because my birthday is a Christmas Eve, so we serve the Christmas chicken, and then the now seasonal crab is a snow crab donabe rice. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, snow crab is one of the big seasonal items in like Japanese kaiseki during winter, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you get to see some of the snow crab coming into Esora, but I think the chicken is more like the KFC, is it?
Yes,
during
yes,
Christmas?
yes. Because of the many Japanese people eat the KFC in the Christmas season.
But I think you're not serving KFC in Esora. It's the Esora style chicken that we're doing in Esora. So maybe you can talk a bit about how long have you been in Singapore?
I have been here for 7 years already.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's quite long. Yeah.
So are there any like very local Singapore dish that you really enjoy?
Actually, I love the bak chor mee. It's a pork noodle.
Okay.
It's with soup one.
Yeah.
And of course a chili crab.
Of course.
Chicken rice and brown noodle. It's the soup, not dry.
So all the very classic Singaporean dishes Chef Shigeru loves. Yeah, and I think one of the most interesting thing about Esora is that I think the foundation is still very Japanese, like kaiseki, follow the seasons, but because Chef Shigeru has worked with like Chef Julien at Oden, I think you spent about a year there, maybe?
Yes.
So you will see some ideas that are coming from French cuisine and also Japanese cuisine mixed together. That's why I think Esora is like one of my favorite restaurants because you can see the best of both worlds. So maybe like give an example of a more Western style dish that you make in the menu.
Okay, maybe
like the main course. Usually the main course is more like Western style, right? Because it's like a protein with like jus, which is not very Japanese, right?
Yeah, not very Japanese. So I use the jus, the jus technique, and I put more Japanese flavor.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So like aroma, like sansho.
Yeah, more like it's a sourness, something like vinegar.
Oh, like akazu.
Yeah, akazu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's combining the like a jus is basically a reduction of a stock, which is a very French technique, but of course Shigeru does his own spin of it on it by lightening it up with akazu, which is like a red vinegar, which just adds that bit of brightness, a bit of acidity to make it feel more Japanese, but also eats much lighter, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's like the beauty of eating Japanese food. You can eat a very full meal, but after you go out, you feel okay straight away.
Yeah.
And I think that's really nice. So maybe you want to learn a bit more about Chef Ryogo over in Taiwan?
Yes, okay. So Chef, can you talk about yourself and the concept of restaurant for the audience in Taiwan?
Okay. I moved to Taiwan from 3 years ago, and our concept started from Asian contemporary cuisine. So sometimes I use our Japanese culture dishes, or sometimes put Taiwanese touch or Korean touch. So I want to create so many Asian flavors mixed together well. And
Okay, let me translate a little bit. OK， 那主厨特别提到因为他来台湾也就几年的时间了，所以呢，在我们 logy 的这个餐厅里面，其实是一个比较现代的亚洲型的一个料理的餐厅，综合了一些所谓日本的一个文化，那搭配一些台湾的所谓在地的一个情感的连接，那当然有些是包含韩国的一些小的一些氛围在里面，所以其实算是一个现代型的亚洲料理餐厅。
So our famous signature dish I make from our opening, Logy's opening. It's a chawanmushi dish. On top is crab salad and Chinese medicine ice cream.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I made Japanese culture base, but use the French techniques like consomme and ice cream.
Yes.
But if you eat, you feel like very Taiwanese flavor.
OK， 那主厨特别提到他们在餐厅里面比较经典的菜色呢，其实是一个像说茶碗蒸，是我们在台湾吃日本料理的时候一个所谓的算一个开胃的一个小，我会认为是一个比较开胃的一个小品。那中间呢，它其实上面也搭配了一些所谓中式草药的一个冰淇淋哦，然后还有一些蟹肉来搭配这样子个热冷中间的一个口感的一个连接，所以也算是一个比较现代型的一个转换跟转变的料理。那这个也是在他们的菜单里面是非常经典的一个菜色。So anything special from your menu? I think you just changed the menu, right?
Yes, we just changed 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So at least the egg is still in the menu.
Still keep. Yeah, still keep.
所以刚刚主厨特别提到这个经典的菜色呢，其实在它的菜单里面，即便是我们每一季的菜单转换，其实这一道都是他们经典的菜色。那有机会呢，我们台湾的观众都可以去到 logy 的餐厅去品尝看看。So, how many years already been in Taiwan?
The same, like 3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you feel about the Taiwan ingredients?
Taiwanese ingredients, I like the meat.
Meat?
Yeah, so many good meat they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you use my hometown's meat, beef?
Where?
Tainan. The Tainan meat is very famous.
The beef?
The beef.
I used once, yes.
You also use once. Very tender, I think.
But I think what's the name? Beef
soup?
Beef soup.
牛肉汤.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one is the best.
You try in Taiwan?
Yes.
Okay.
I like
Tainan.
with ginger and sweet soy sauce.
Yes, my favorites. OK， 好，身为就是台南的女人，我刚刚特别问师傅说有没有喜欢一些台湾在地的食材，他也说台湾有一些非常好的一些肉品哦，所以像是台湾所谓台南知名的一个牛肉呢，他也认为这个质感是非常好的。Okay, I think we just hand over back to Lennon so we see more details about the Oden dish.
In front of us, I'll get Chef Shigeru to introduce what you have when you open your ICSA box. Okay, you can open it up. It's okay, yeah. Wow, there's a lot of things in the box. So we have the instructions, of course.
And Oden stock, it's Oden broth, it's consomme.
Okay. So maybe you can explain to us what goes into this broth.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just say like what's the ingredient?
Actually, it's a dark consomme.
Okay.
So of course, the dark bone, and then the many vegetable is like carrot, celery, and onion.
So this is more like a Western style.
Yeah, very Western.
Style. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we grill the bone.
Yeah.
And then after that, we make the fast stock.
Yeah.
Then after that, the strain.
Yeah.
Then the next one is a minced meat.
Oh,
and pepper and then the egg white. Yes. It's a very basic consomme soup.
So this is really like your style because you take something very Japanese like Oden, but you put it into a broth that's usually like very French, I say, like Western style stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really your style of cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can get a really good example in this box. Exactly. So you have a dark consomme as the soup base. What else do we have?
Yes, and then so this one is the Japanese miso. It's the vegetable miso. So inside the three kind of miso. It's a white miso, and red sweet miso, and the basic miso. It's a brown color one. And then the maybe 10 kind of the vegetable.
Wow, so there's a lot in this sauce. It sounds like it's going to be super tasty.
Yeah, and then of course a little bit garlic, ginger, and then a little bit butter also.
Wow, okay. So this is the French elements coming in.
Yeah, it's more
fusion.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not just plain miso. It's got a lot of many other things inside. What else do we have?
And then this one is the very simple dry brain flake, katsuobushi.
Katsuobushi.
These are for later after eat the oden.
Okay. So I think Chef Ryogo can explain that later. We have some looks like noodles.
Yeah, somen.
Somen. Yes. Okay.
Why I choose somen? I actually consomme and somen is consomme.
Consomme. Okay, that's a good pun. That's a good pun. That's a good pun.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Folks.
So this is the goodie box with all the ingredients, right? Okay. Okay, so I think if you look into your box, you will see that there's a lot of ingredients. So we're just going to very quickly go through what you're all getting at home. You can see Chef is very excited to show you all the ingredients that he has prepared for you. Wow, look at that. That's amazing.
Okay, so
you can see a gigantic abalone in there.
Oh, you can
just show the camera. You can see.
Then the one more box.
So we have got a lot of ingredients. You're in for a really nice treat today. So do the diners at home have to prepare anything when you look at all these ingredients?
Actually, for steamed abalone, of course, the people can eat just people,
like
just eat, but the cutting is more nicer. The texture, the texture.
So maybe you can show us what the cutting looks like.
Yes.
Okay, so you just put it onto a chopping board, basically. And yeah, Chef, you can show us how to cut the abalone at home.
It's quite big, so maybe.
Well, you're all in for a treat if you have this box. It's such a gigantic piece of abalone.
Cut half.
Okay, slicing the abalone in half.
Yes. Then cut. We call it kakushi bocho.
Kakushi bocho. Okay.
Cut maybe 80%.
So he's making cuts in the abalone, but he's not cutting all the way through, so the abalone stays in one piece. Actually, what is the reason why you do this?
Because the abalone is quite the texture is quite hard, so
like,
this one
like
can
chewy, right?
Yeah, chewy. So it can make the soft texture.
I see.
Yeah. And then normally sushi restaurant. So normally people cook the abalone long time, 6 or 7 hours. But I prefer less cooking. So it's like 3 hours. Then still inside abalone has the juice.
Because you want to keep the texture, is it?
Yeah,
You don't want it to
and
be
then the
too
juice
soft.
also, yeah.
I see. Okay.
Then this one side cut already. This side.
So you cut on one side, then you flip it around, and you do the same cutting on the other side.
Oh, so cutting into.
So I can see that even now, just looking at it, the abalone it feels like it's becoming softer already, just from the cutting.
Yes. Then like this, very soft already.
Wow, look at that. So you're basically cutting slits into the abalone, but don't cut all the way through, otherwise you're going to end up with a lot of pieces of abalone. So you do the same for the other half.
Is that correct?
And
Yes.
Besides abalone, are there any
Wonderful.
other ingredients that you will use the same technique?
For example, it's the octopus.
Octopus. So another chewy thing.
And then the squid sashimi.
I see.
Yes.
So this is very interesting. We're learning some cooking techniques over here as well. So I can see that Chef is doing this very, very close cuts to each other. If you're not super skilled at home, please be safe. Make sure you don't cut yourself, basically. And okay, so the abalone has been cut. What's the next step?
Okay, maybe pour the soup first.
Okay, let me help you with that.
Yeah.
Oil soup.
So I think,
soup.
like, what does Oden mean to you as a Japanese person?
Actually, Oden is very simple. It's a similar many ingredients.
Is it something that you eat every like the whole year, or do you only eat it at sometimes?
So as normally the people eat in the winter season,
Okay.
because outside is very cold. So people want to eat the hot dish.
So it's something that you eat usually when the weather is cold to keep you
so
warm.
make hot.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. So the duck consommé goes in. You can see it's so clear. You can see. Can you see? So for those of you who cook at home, you'll know that making stock clear is not that easy. So please appreciate all the hard work that went into this. We're just going to put it onto the stove and bring it to the boil. After it's boiling, we can just put everything in?
Yes.
Okay. So I think, Tracy, I think you must be bored over there. I'm going to pass it back to you so you can have Chef explain some of the other things, like maybe the somen and the katsuobushi.
Okay. Thank you, Lennon. So actually, I think we also prepared some ingredients from the Chef Ryogo. So I think I also just chat with him. So I think that carrots, the egg, and also this very special made from you. So I want to know how you made this one.
Okay, this one I made the aburage.
Yes.
How called in Chinese?
豆皮.
豆皮.
豆皮. Yes.
And inside I put the mochi.
Mochi.
And black truffle.
Black truffle.
Mochi made by tofu with the glutinous rice flour. So
gluten-free.
Glutinous rice flour.
Okay.
Like mochi flour.
Mochi flour. Okay.
So 100% handmade.
OK， 那大家可以观众看一下哦，在我们关东煮里面其实都会有一些比较特别的一个食材哦，所以刚特别提到说，其实师傅这边有提到说，我们的一个萝卜，然后我们的蛋也都是在日本文化里面 Oden 的文化，就是黑轮文化，在台湾吃的关东煮啊 Oden 的文化里面必备的。那这次在所有的食材里面，这一个所谓的一个福袋哦，都是他亲自去制作的。那它用外面的一个豆皮，然后包上了一个黑松露，然后里面再搭配一个比较像马奇口感的一个形式去呈现，所以吃起来也会有满满的幸福感哦。这边跟观众一起分享。Okay, so now we put all the ingredients in the consomme, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But we cannot put all ingredients.
Oh, we cannot put all in one.
We have the like separate.
Yes. OK， 那这边主厨也特别提到，因为其实像自己啊，台湾在做，好像我们常常都吃火锅料理，就会把很多东西都一起丢进去。那在吃 Oden 的话呢，它其实也会有因为食材不同的一个层次跟味道，我们这边会依照不同的顺序放到我们的高汤里面。OK， so Oden is, I think it's a kind of family memory. So when I heard that you are from Hokkaido, it's very cold season.
Yes,
Yeah, very cold. So what's the memory about Oden with your family?
Like not every week, but sometimes weekend I eat Oden with my family.
And together
chit-chat. Yes.
OK， 好，那这边提到，所以其实像 Oden 这样的一个文化，其实就很像台湾冬天在吃火锅一样的，所以我们就跟家人啊，可能在周末的时候，然后彼此分享，然后就有周末的时光来分享这个简单的这个家庭的美食。So
What we make? Somen.
Somen, you want to put this one first?
We put together.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah. We start put Oden. All the ingredients inside and also make the noodles.
Okay.
Yes.
So at first.
The first is the
radish.
Radish. 那我们首先呢，先把我们的萝卜放进去做炖煮。
And this one is a raw cabbage.
Yeah.
But the meat is from duck.
From duck. Okay.
And stuff also shiso.
Shiso. 紫苏. Okay.
And tomato.
Tomatoes. You made it?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
No, but I didn't bought from
Okay, it's
supermarket.
all homemade. Okay. 那呢，我们也会看到我们在关东煮里面的高丽菜卷哦，主厨是以鸭肉的一个方式在搭配紫苏。
And this one cooked with Japanese stock.
Japanese stock。OK，
like
高汤
so
是高汤吗？高汤 OK。好，那这边呢，Tracy更正一下，它是用日式的一个高汤哦，然后里面搭配一些紫苏，然后去做一个高丽的菜卷，所以其实吃起来的口感是会相对来讲是比较清爽的一个味道。
And this one can start.
OK， 那他刚刚他手做的一个黑松露的一个福袋，我们也在第一个 section 里面把它丢进去。
And beef tongue.
Beef
This
tongue
one cooked like 48 hours.
48 hours.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
He
is too excited.
Low temperature.
Yes.
Like 68 degrees.
OK， 那刚刚主厨拿的呢，就是我们的牛舌哦，他已经非常的兴奋，要跳到他的锅子里面，让我们一起来享受这一道美食。这也是他花了48小时去慢炖出来的一个牛舌哦，所以口感我相信稍后一定会非常的一个软嫩，所以就开始吞口水了，真的
And
是。
we can cook like 10 to 15 minutes.
OK，
Like this.
OK， 50秒左右，我们稍微去50 seconds， right？
Minutes.
minutes，
10
OK，
to 15.
OK， 那它这边呢，就是也是这样去炖煮出来的一个风味哦，所以会比较的有入味。
So this one is later.
OK，later。
But maybe we can start.
OK，
And after we make salmon.
Yes, can. Or you want to boil the noodle first?
Okay, we can do it.
Okay.
Also.
好，那同时呢，相信我们常常就是说，在亚洲的文化里面呢，我们在就是餐后有些像台湾人一样，就是好像没有吃到一节米饭啊，或是主食，会觉得今天好像没有吃饱哦。那其实，在我们的日式文化里面，他们最后也会做一些主食类的一个收尾，所以呢，主厨也就说，我们吃完了就是Oden 的这样的一个美食以外呢，我们后续还有一些高汤，我们稍后都可以跟我们的面类一起来做搭配，所以这就会是完整的比较一个应该是说比较完整的一餐。除了吃到我们的黑轮啊，吃到我们的关东煮以外啊，然后另外就是我们有一个主食来做一个结尾。Yes, OK.
Okay.
So we boil the noodle. 好。那我们现在就把面线能够去放到我们的热水里面去滚。
で、今回その締めの、そうめんとして、僕たちにとってはホットポットと同じような感じなので、おでんは。で、ホットポットがご飯とか、ラーメンの麺を入れたり、台湾ではするように、今回は日本ではこれあまりこういうふうには食べないけど、僕たちのスタイルっていうことで、コンソーメンとして、この食べ終わったスープで、を残して、それと一緒にそうめんで締めてもらうっていう、最後の料理です、これは。
OK， 那我们这边呢也有一个我们的就是美女的常进人是我们的亚丽哦，她是我们 logy 主厨的一个就是经理，她的外场的经理。那这边呢也经过就是这样协助我们来做一些比较完整的翻译。那我们这边请亚丽呢帮我们来翻译一下，刚主厨在这道料理当中有没有一个经典的一个小注解要给大家？
那就是主厨刚刚有提到，就是在日本吃关东煮的文化跟台湾就是吃火锅的文化一样。其实就是冬天的话，大家就是会就是喜欢就吃热腾腾的关东煮。那其实大家就是搭配就是火锅的时候，他们最后就是收尾的会用面或者是饭放进去，就是继续利用那个高汤在炖煮，就是最后的淀粉会作为收尾的最后的食物，让大家就是肚子有就是饱足感。那Chef说他们这一次的话，就是其实他们一般的饮食习惯就是吃关东煮的时候不会跟就是我们的面线素面一起吃，可是Chef说这一次的活动的话，他特别就是选用就是素面，就是这次的 special。对，所以就是Chef是利用刚刚就是关东煮剩余的高汤以后，然后再煮就是素面跟关东煮一起享用。
看来就是其实日本跟台湾的文化也是有点蛮类似的哦，所以 So Chef, I think like in Taiwan we need to have rice in the meal, so I think it's the same. So like noodles or rice will be at the end of the meal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I put the bonnet flakes, dried bonnet flake, katsuobushi, for the
柴鱼高汤，
for
柴
the a
鱼
little
片。
bit Japanese flavor.
OK， 所以呢，刚刚我们有一个就是关东煮的酱汁，然后现在我们加入了一个柴鱼的那个柴鱼片，然后进去增加它的一个鲜甜的风味。So how many minutes you need to keep with this?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And just
Close.
stop,
Oh,
close
okay.
the turn off the fire.
Yes. 那我们刚高汤呢，其实我们就是用火快速的让我们的一个汤汁呢有滚了之后呢，把我们的柴鱼片放进去，然后师傅说我们就可以关火了，然后让它稍微的就是把味道释放出来，大概浸泡5分钟左右就可以了。
So many should be like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
So you boil and just cook for 2 minutes. OK， 那它的所谓旁边的那个面呢，就是我们像类似面线的东西，我们就把它稍微用大火大概煮滚大概2分钟左右，然后也保有我们面条的一个口感呢，我们就可以把它捞起来了。Okay.
So
So put the soup.
this is after
After
enjoy the oden.
Yes. OK， 那所以呢，就是在我们的 Oden enjoy 完了之后呢，我们就会用所谓的一个主食类，然后来增加这个饱足感，也帮我们的一个正餐画下一个比较完美的句点哦。好，那我们现在先把时间呢交还给新加坡，我们同时呢台湾这边来做一个收尾跟摆盘的动作。Hi, Lennon.
Okay, so as you can see, Chef Shigeru has been busy working while you guys were chatting over in Taiwan. He has done such a beautiful oden. You're so lucky at home. I'm so jealous. I'm actually so hungry when I'm seeing Shigeru cooking this. By the way, if you have any questions for any of the two chefs, please type it into the chat below. We will try to get to the questions at the end of the meal. So, Chef, are you happy with the oden that you made?
Yes, of course.
And I think the miso sauce actually is not traditional sauce for the oden, right?
Yes. So normally for oden we put the karashi, which is the mustard.
Okay, so traditionally you would dip the oden ingredients into karashi or Japanese mustard, but I guess you would just wanted to do something a bit different today?
For miso.
Yeah, for the miso.
Yeah, because it's the winter is a root vegetable season. So also I really want to make the special miso for using the root vegetables. Those are seasonable.
That's why you said that there's a lot of like
the gobo,
root vegetables.
Yeah. It's the renkong.
I see.
Yeah, lotus. Yeah.
So all the lotus root, gobo is like what's gobo in English?
Badok.
Burdock root, yeah, burdock root. So a lot of root vegetables, and I think that's really your like philosophy, right? Everything you do must show the season in Japan. Yeah. So I think that's really, really beautiful. So please, if you have any questions for the two chefs, please type them into the group chat. I think this is something that you will all really enjoy. I think in Singapore, especially, it's not really winter, but it's December. So I think a nice bowl of hot oden is something that's really, really special. Actually, even in Japan, when I go to eat oden, it's always like at a kombini.
Yes. Many people love the kombini oden.
Yeah.
So maybe after work, always go to the kombini and then buy only oden. And then eat there. Yeah. It's culture, one of the culture.
So I'm sure all of you, if you visited Japan and you visit kombinis or like 7-Eleven, Family Mart, you will see next to the cashier, there's always this big tray of steaming ingredients, and that's always oden. And I think like, especially during winter when you are really, really cold, sometimes you just want to go in and drink the soup. I don't even need the ingredients, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But of course, what Chef Shigeru and Chef Ryogo have done is make the most luxurious oden. I don't think you're going to find oden in a company with awabi, with abalone, and of course like gyutan, which is beef tongue. So this is the most luxurious oden that I think you'll see in a long, long time. And I really hope that all of you enjoy it. So Tracy, I'm going to pass it back over to you in Taiwan. I think I can see that Chef Ryogo is plating up his Oden as we speak.
Yes. 那我们现在呢，主厨就稍微把我们刚刚稍微就是炖煮的一个 Oden， 我们现在来正式做一个摆盘哦。所以它稍后呢，我们就是有完整的一个 Oden 的一个汤品，然后再搭配我们的面线来一起做享用。Okay. So Chef, now we are plating Oden. So I heard like normally like Oden in Japan is no soup, right? It's not really have the soup.
With soup, but I thought actually on Google.
Yeah.
I checked at beginning, but no soup.
No soup. OK， 那其实呢，在日本的一个文化中，其实吃关东煮的文化其实是历史非常悠久的哦。包含我大概稍微知道，可能在一些比较远古的一个时期，像是什么明治文化还是等等更早之前。Oden 的这个文化就在日本其实非常的久远跟流传。那其实在以往呢，像师傅有提到说，他也稍微在查询了，因为这个文化已经在日本很久了，就好像是我们仿佛出生，我们血液里就带有这样的一个饮食文化。所以呢，我们彼此也都是借由一些网络的资源跟资料来了解一下，在我们血液里面的这些饮食是从何而来的。所以在旧有的时代里面呢，其实我们的关东煮文化是一个干式的一个形式，但是随着我们都在冬天吃啊，以及我们都在冬天比较寒冷的情况下去享受这样的美食的同时，未来啊，就随着时代的转变啊，跟就是展演的话，它就会加入了一些汤品的部分，把汤汁做保留。那甚至是在干繁衍过来的话呢，就会再搭配所谓面线的部分，变成一道收尾的一个美食哦。Okay, so you are decorating the star.
Okay.
Okay, let's join the Goldians. Okay. 好哦，那我们今天呢 ，Chef Ryogo 所准备的一个关东煮的一个美食呢，就在这边跟大家做呈现跟分享。那这边呢，主厨呢，就像我们刚刚就是新加坡主厨特别提到的，我们也有一些味增的一个酱料哦，让我们在吃所谓的一个关东煮的一个美食的同时，如果口味比较重的一个就是消费者啊，或者是食客，他就会沾着这样味增的一个酱料一起去搭配。OK， 那我们就再把时间回到我们新加坡，我们来看一下，我们有没有一些观众有一些问题的提问喽。
Okay, so now we've seen both dishes made by both chefs. I think we're ready to take on some questions. So, is sauce important for Oden? What is your favorite sauce, chef?
Wow, it's actually white mustard miso. Sorry, white miso is a mustard. We call it karashi miso.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
it's basically mustard plus white miso mixed together.
I'm not really familiar
And the
with
white,
the
white
also
miso
ingredient.
is egg yolk.
Oh, white miso with egg yolk also.
Yeah, and then mustard. It's good. Actually, it's a quite basic.
So the name of this sauce is karashi miso.
Karashi miso. It's
I
a
see.
spicy miso.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chef Ryogo, I don't know if you have similar experience. Any sauce that you remember eating Oden with?
So Chef, what's the sauce? The sauce is important to Oden, and what's your favorite
Yeah,
sauce?
same like Chef Koizumi. I like the karashi and miso, but I actually, when I was kids, the karashi was too spicy, and I couldn't understand why my parents put the karashi on the Oden. But now I understand well. It's very good for Oden. Karashi with Oden. It's a very good combination.
OK， 那主厨特别有提到一个卡拉西的一个黄芥末的一个蘸酱哦。其实他小时候吃会觉得说比较辣一点，但是他也不懂为什么他的爸爸妈妈会放这个 sauce。但是他长大之后，当他有一些经验啊跟味蕾有被启发之后，他发现这个是个最佳的绝配的拍档，在我们 Oden 呢跟我们的一个芥末酱里面做一个搭配。
ただ僕は北海道出身なんで、あまりちょっと甘い味噌の味付けだけど、日本には47都道府県あって、でいろんなエリア、いろんな場所でそれぞれの、お味噌の味が違ったりとか、または、スープの味が違ったりとかっていういろんな違いがあるので、僕も正直他の場所で おでんってそんなたくさん食べたことあるわけじゃないんで、僕が知ってるのはうちのおでんの味っていう感じなので、まあそれおでんツアーみたいな感じで冬に日本におでんを食べに行っても面白いかもしれないです。
对，就是主厨这边说，他其实是北海道出生，他的那个家乡那边的味噌会比较偏甜一点点。那其实就是日本有47个县市，所以每个地区都会就是会发展出不一样的味道、不一样的味噌，然后就连就是他们关东煮的高汤的风味也是不一样的。那所以说，他其实自己也没有吃过太多其他就是城市的关东煮，所以他说就是提议大家，说不定在就是去到日本旅行的时候，可以做一个关东煮的旅行，到各个县市去尝试不一样的风味，也是蛮好的一个计划。
哇，师傅给大家旅游的建议哦，其实呢，就像我们可能自己出生长大的地方，我们对于当地的美食会是比较了解的，所以呢，大家就是可以在自己旧有的一个口味啊，跟记忆里面，甚至到不同的城市去发掘你的新的体验哦。好，那我们来看一下有没有第二个问题呀？有没有观众要做提问？那我们先把主场再交还给新加坡。
Okay, so I see we have another question. Hi, would like to know if the daikon was braised in the same duck consomme or in dashi, chef?
Oh, yes.
Daikon
Actually,
was braised.
The daikon?
Daikon? Yeah. So we just cook in the consomme soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
The same duck consomme?
Yes, same consomme.
I see. Yes. So basically, it allows the daikon to
so normally the oden rice, so we make the stock first, then just put raw ingredients inside.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean just raw chicken chop, everything.
Yeah.
That's why the soup become very tasty.
Because it gives it absorbs all the ingredients from the flavors from the
Yeah.
ingredients. I see. But actually, I have a question for you. So sometimes when we eat daikon at home, it's always a bit bitter. Is there a way to cook the daikon so that it's not so bitter?
Oh yes. So when the daikons we need to boil first. So we need to boil with the rice water.
Rice water.
Yeah, I mean the white rice water.
What is white rice?
After washing the rice, then always the water become white color.
Yeah.
So have to use this water for boiling the radish.
So instead of washing the rice first, we just throw rice into the water, then we boil it with the daikon.
Yeah.
Then we take it out.
Yes.
Then we boil in another stock.
Yeah.
Okay. So boiling in the rice water helps to remove the bitterness.
Yes.
I see. Okay. So if you are watching at home and you want to try making this dish at home, be sure to boil it in rice water first, just to remove a bit of the bitterness from the daikon. Any other questions? Are we almost out of time? One more question. Okay. Last question for both chefs. What do you usually eat for Christmas? So maybe we start with Chef Shigeru before we move on to Taiwan.
Very, very easy. I will every year I eat the KFC. KFC because my birthday is at Christmas Eve. So always my parents buy the KFC for me. Yeah.
So it's like childhood memory also.
Yes, nostalgic food.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, imagine that KFC is like a nostalgic food for Chef Shigeru. What about Chef Ryogo over in Taiwan?
Relaxing and with family, right?
Christmas is the more like busy usually. So I never have Christmas.
OK， 那主厨特别讲到，就是其实圣诞节都是他们最忙的时候哦，所以呢，他其实都是在餐厅当中跟所有的一个用餐的消费者一起度过的，所以他对于圣诞节没有太多的体验。但是呢，我相信呢，在我们餐厅当中跟我们主厨一起度过圣诞节的所有的一个所谓的用餐的人呢，一定能够感受到我们 logy 主厨带来满满的一个厨艺哦，能够带给你们。今年圣诞节也有机会呢，还预定得到吗？压力已经满了，好，没关系。那我们还有过年的时间，我们就可以开放我们的定位，然后去跟我们主厨一起过我们台湾的农历年啊，或者是我们未来的情人节哦。好，那我们就再把时间还到新加坡。
Okay, so I think we're basically almost out of time. I hope that you all enjoyed the session, and I hope you enjoyed both the oden that Chef Ryogo and Chef Koizumi has made for you. I can't wait to actually try this. It looks absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you next year at ICSA 2022. So goodbye.
Bye bye，明年见，See you next year.